Today, I want to talk about how we need to stop fighting the screen. And I want to give you the story behind your reality. Imagine yourself walking into a grand old movie theater. The room is empty except for one person who you can see sitting in the front row. On the giant screen is a film filled with struggle, disappointment, broken relationships, financial stress, and emotional exhaustion. The scenes are so overwhelming that the viewer rushes to the screen, trying to scratch away the images, tear down the fabric, or punch through the terrifying scenes that he is watching. But no matter how hard he fights, nothing changes. Why is that? It's because we keep forgetting the screen is not the movie. Far above the audience, hidden in that projection booth, the film continues to play exactly as it always has. The screen is only reflecting what is being projected. This simple analogy offers a powerful way to think about life. Many people spend years trying to change only what appears on the screen. They battle their difficult circumstances, their financial challenges, the conflicts, the disappointments, the fear, believing these external situations are the source of their suffering. But what if those life experiences are more like reflections rather than causes? Whether viewed through psychology, neuroscience, or personal development, our thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns influence the decisions we make, the opportunities we notice, and the way we respond to life. In many ways, the mind acts like the projection booth, while daily experiences simply become the screen. So, what do? The first step towards creating change is to become aware of the story that is constantly playing in your mind. Notice your inner dialogue. Is it replaying past failures? Is it imagining worst case scenarios? Is it expecting rejection before that actually happens? The brain responds to imagined experiences in surprisingly powerful ways. Repeated negative visualization can activate many of the same stress responses as real events, which reinforces your anxiety and your limiting confidence. But fortunately, the mind can also be trained in the opposite direction. So here's a thought. Instead of continually replaying fear, then why don't you intentionally rehearse success or the things you want? If you picture the desired outcome in vivid detail, such as imagining accomplishing your goals, or solving the problem that you're struggling with, or rebuilding the relationship that you have been dealing with, or maybe even you visualize the milestone and you've completed it. Engage your emotions that would naturally accompany that success. And this is not about pretending. that problems don't exist. But it is about choosing which mental blueprint will guide your future actions. And then we come to your second lesson, and that is learning not to judge progress too quickly. Because even once you change any internal pattern, the external world rarely shifts overnight. And new habits do take time to form, and relationships need time to evolve, and opportunities may develop gradually. Because there is often a delay between changing the projection and seeing a different picture appear on the screen. And this is the place where many people give up. So, what they might do, they decide they're going to adopt a healthier mindset for a few days. Then they look around and they see that there's hardly been any change, and they conclude that nothing is working. And when they do that, they slip back into their old habits, their old patterns, and that all creates the same result. So, real transformation requires consistency, especially when there is no visible evidence that is caught up with your inner change. And then the third principle is gratitude. And gratitude isn't just about appreciating life or hoping that everything goes perfectly. It is choosing to recognize what is already working while remaining open to what is still unfolding. So, research is consistently showing that if you practice gratitude, it's going to improve your emotional well being, it increases your resilience, and it shifts your attention towards possibilities instead of limitations. And when appreciation becomes a daily habit, then it will ultimately change your perspective. And it becomes easier to notice opportunities. And it becomes easier to build up what you need to do to strengthen your relationships. And then you approach challenge with greater confidence and creativity to know how to move forward in life. And perhaps the greatest takeaway from using this theater analogy is that life doesn't improve by endlessly fighting what is on the screen. And real change begins by stepping into the projection booth, becoming aware of your thoughts, choosing empowering beliefs, visualizing meaningful outcomes, practicing patience, cultivating genuine gratitude, and then a different story begins to unfold. And then the screen will eventually reflect what it has been consistently projected. So I want to remind you, every day offers the opportunity to choose the next frame in the film. So the question is no longer, what is happening to me, or why am I going through this? The better question becomes, what story am I projecting today? And is it creating the life I truly want?